Welcome to our first online lesson, and today we're going to investigate our coordinate plane, which we also can call a Cartesian plane, and we're going to look at understanding an ordered pair. So to start off with the coordinate plane, we also call this our Cartesian plane, we need to know that there's two axes. So we have our x-axis, which is also known as our horizontal axis, and we have our y-axis, which is our vertical axis. Notice that they're both labeled. We have x and y there. And we also have this special point here. It's called the origin. And this occurs where the values of x and y are actually both 0. We do have a positive side and a negative side to both axes. And so starting from the origin, everything to the right-hand side are positive values of x, or the positive side of the x-axis. Everything to the left, so the yellow part from the origin, actually maybe I'll just use a green color here, or a blue, let's go with blue color. So everything over here, this is going to be negative values of x. Now it's the same thing for our y-axis. So everything above the origin, we call these our positive values of y. And everything below the origin, these are negative values of y. Alright, last thing that we need to know is that there's 4 quadrants. And a quadrant is just, it's the graph that's divided by the x and the y axis. So this would be one of the quadrants. Another quadrant would be this piece right here. And we have labels for them. We use Roman numerals. And so we call this quadrant 1. This is quadrant 2. This is quadrant 3. And finally, we have quadrant 4. So we want to actually graph stuff on our planes. So we have to know what an ordered pair is. An ordered pair simply is a value for x and a value for y. And they're basically directions. So it's telling us how far to move from the origin. And the x value, or the x, is in regards to horizontal movement. So how many units either to the right or the left. And the y is talking about the y values, so the vertical movement. So how many units up or down? It is in alphabetical order. X comes before y, and they're always in that order. It never changes. So an example of an ordered pair is, for example, 3, 4. Okay, so they're both positive. Notice that we don't put positives in front of positive values. We put the negatives in front of the negatives, but it's implied that these are both positive. You can put that in there if you'd like. You don't have to. So this is 3 units. It's in the positive direction for x. Remember, it's always x and then y. And therefore, it'd be 3 units right. And then our next step is to go from those 3 units. We're going to go 4 units. Again, this is positive, so up. So let's actually do this on a graph. So I've given you, there's 4 examples there, but we'll start with 3, 4. So this one is this here. Always start at the origin. Okay, so we're going to count 1, 2, 3, and then we're going up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once we've done that, both pieces, we put in our point. We can erase all of the squiggles, and we're going to finally label it. This is 3, 4. Alright, next one. We have -2, -4. Okay, so it's a -2. So we're going 2 units. And remember, it's always x and then y. So the negative side of x would be to go left. end, this is 4 units. It's negative as well. This is a y value, and therefore we're going down. So we start at the origin. I'm going 1, 2 units left. 1, 2, 3, 4 units down. I've done that. I'm putting my point in. I get -2, -4. That was my original point. I can erase these squiggles, and I'm done. Alright, let's do the green one. So our next one, we've got 5, -3. This is telling us that we are going 5 units. It's positive, therefore we're going to the right. Here we're going 3 units. It's negative, it's our y value, remember it goes in alphabetical order. So we're going down. Alright, so I'm going to start at my origin, always start at my origin. I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I have to go 3 units down. 1, 2, 3 units down. Once I've done both pieces, I put in my point, I erase all this, and I get 5, -3, and I'm done. Alright, the last one. I'll do it with gray. So we have -1, 5. So remember, it's x and then y. It's always in alphabetical order. 1 unit, and it's negative, so we're going to the left. 5 units, and it's positive, it's y, therefore we're going up. So we start at our origin, and I'm going to count 1 unit to the left. 1. And then I'm going to go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I put in my point, and I'm labeling it, and I'm erasing this, and we're done. And we're done.